Hi, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome back to Nalo's Thrift Talk. I'm Lola,
And I'm Nay.
and we have a very special guest today who you might know.
Hi. How do I make my name rhyme with Nalo? I'm J-Lo, and this is Nalo.
It's a J Nalo show.
That's I love it. J Nalo show.
So unfortunately today, Jason is feeling a little under the weather.
Blah.
So I hope you get well soon, Jason.
Oh, thanks.
We'll try to keep things to an hour. But if you could just bear with Jason because he is sick and he was so nice to still join us today. So thank you so much for sticking.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And
today we invited Jason on because we have a very fun topic which Nay can introduce.
Yeah, so we are going to be talking about, so the coconut girl aesthetic rather, is something that's really popular among the Gen Z generation. I'm trying to get back to my original screen, which I just closed, so I can't go back there. Anyway, so it is popular among the Gen Z generation, which is like the younger crowd, and in the like on Depop, Poshmark, all of the platforms, but you're especially going to see it blowing up on the younger platforms. But it started as a TikTok craze. It started as on TikTok, and it caught on like wildflower. So all the young kids are interested in this coconut girl aesthetic, and we'll talk more about what it is. And we're having Jason on today because it overlaps with tiki. A lot of it that's tiki or tiki adjacent is applicable for this too. So you might want to rethink marketing some of your tiki items and your Hawaiian items and such using these keywords. And you might want to think about placing them on Depop or some of the younger platforms as well. Yeah. So. And we're going to start with our segments this week. And Jason is going to be participating. So Jason, as the guest of honor, what thrifted items are you wearing today?
Well, I'm sure I thrifted this tank top because that's where I get all my tank tops. But I thrifted this University of Hawaii hat.
Oh, cute.
Ooh,
I was wondering what the name was for.
And being pink and all, thought it'd go well with this aesthetic. So.
Oh, yeah, perfect. And I could totally see that on Depop.
Is it vintage or retro? Because it looks very 70s.
It is. Well, it's made in China, so.
Okay, so retro.
Yeah, but I love it. And it fits my big noggin, so.
And it fits your head, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, today Lola, do you want to go first, or?
Oh, you can go.
Okay.
I want to know all about the dresses behind you.
Okay. So so my mannequin is also I have Manny set up back there. So this is, so this one is this is an example of something that could be coconut girl. It's a halter top, and it's got like that kind of summery embroidered, kind of. So this would be applicable, and it's like got that Y2K vibe. This is a hat that I actually had from probably around the year 2000.
You say super Y2K.
Oh yeah, so this is actually this is the kind of thing that you can look for, and this is a shell necklace that I also thrifted, and then behind me, I think I showed this on our Pride show last year, but this is an example of how you can market a men's shirt. So this is actually a men's Hawaiian shirt, but you could put it on Depop and kind of tie it and and market it as a woman kind of crop top. And then this wooden necklace I got in a Goodwill jewelry box. It was in the repurposed box. Broken pieces, but that's very Hawaiian. And then the dress behind me is Aloha Republic. It is new with tags. And then that is an actual Hawaiian wrap that I bought in Hawaii. So
I love it.
Behind me.
And
so
what are you actually wearing?
I am actually wearing. So this is a Royal Hawaiian dress from the 80s. And my earrings they're shell earrings. These were from a flea market a couple years ago. And this necklace, I know I got in one of the jewelry bags at Goodwill. I think it was either Goodwill or I don't remember exactly, but I just remember it came in a jewelry bag. So that's and then I'll show you a close up of here is I actually have this dress listed. No, everything is taking a second.
Straight off an A, right to your house.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm actually now on the fence about selling it because it fits so darn.
I always feel like that. Heather makes a great point in the chat. She says it also goes with the boho vibe. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of overlap, especially when it's about like shells or like natural materials. I think also veers into boho. So there's a lot of overlap here with like different aesthetics and different audiences who'd be interested in some of these items.
My dress isn't loading right now, so I'll see if I can pull it back up later.
It's so dark.
Keep trying to load it.
Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, nothing is. Yeah. I'll try to show it up, bring it up later.
Yeah, I can do
Lola, if you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I am wearing this shirt that I showed on a haul a few episodes back. It's more of like kind of cottagecore, but I thought that the bright green also sort of worked with.
We need to put you on the screen. There you go.
Okay. I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think maybe mine is lagging a little bit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe that's part. Is it your connection? You might want to try like
give my mom her internet connection back.
Disconnecting and coming back.
House, so I don't know. Their connection is usually pretty good, but not today, I guess.
Weird.
Okay, go ahead.
So I thought this kind of worked as the coconut girl because it's the pastel and sort of summery. I had a couple other things I was hoping that would fit, but they're too small, so I'm going to share that in a second. And then I have this shell necklace that I got in a Goodwill blue box, like repurposed jewelry box, and I thought it matched perfectly with the shirt. Then this necklace I also got in, I think, the same box, actually. I think it's missing a couple shells, and I was debating whether to sell it as is or to like take it apart and sell it for the shells. Mm-hmm. So Jason, if you have any insight on that.
Yeah, I would sell. Next time you sell a muumuu or Hawaiian dress, that necklace would go with, accent with it and sell it as a lot.
Oh, that's really smart. Well, I also have beautiful Hawaiian dress that I wanted to wear today, but it was too small.
I see tikis too.
Yeah, so this is probably, I would say, more tiki than Coconut Girl, just because it is a long maxi dress. And I think the Coconut Girl aesthetic's a little bit like showing more skin, but it still might appeal to both. And it has these beautiful buttons on.
Oh, nice.
The shoulders.
Oh, wow. Very pretty.
It is Fashions of Hawaii. So maybe that's what I'll do with this then. This dress, lot this up together.
Yeah, that was great.
And
absolutely, I like it.
One other dress that Nay will remember, because I was almost last year when I was running out of fabric to make masks. I almost cut this up for masks, and Nay was like, "No." So this is.
Yes, I remember.
It has two tags on it. It's Carol and Mary Hawaii by Judith Honolulu. So I think one was the brand and one was the store. And I did do some Googling, and like all of these brands are defunct. So it helped me date it. And it was definitely from the 70s. And the pleats kind of are fading a little bit, but you can tell it was once pleated. And I guess would this be more of a muumuu than a dress?
Well,
what do you think?
Let me see the rest of the
kind
body.
Of like a house.
It's like a house dress, yeah.
Yeah, more like a house dress.
Pleated. So this again is, I think, less Coconut Girl because it's
more Hawaiian.
Yeah, but also from Hawaii, and it does have the right kind of like pastel color scheme. So obviously there's some things that are sort of like blur the line a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how I would list it, what keywords I'd use. Probably focus on like eBay and Hawaiian collectors more than Coconut Girl with that one.
Yes. Well, my links are really slow loading, so I'm trying to go through and load them all. I don't know why it's doing this. So I will go back to my listing here just to show you guys. So I have that up.
There you go.
Well, I had it up. Gee. Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Okay, never mind. Let's anyway, it's an 80s tag. It's Royal Hawaiian. So yeah, I do have it listed for $40 right now. So I am now on the fence of selling it. It's a medium, so I didn't think it was going to fit, but it fits me beautifully, and I think I might keep it. So, here's my. Really here's my. That's a close up of my jewelry. So.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. You can see that. What I like about it is that the necklace actually has that little shell clasp on the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But all right. So moving on, our thrifted home decor items this week. So as the guest of honor, Jason, what do you have?
Bringing you up.
Oh, sorry. All right, so I was instructed to bring some coconut mugs, tiki mugs that would fit the aesthetic. So how about an orange one?
Ooh, I love the atomic pattern.
A blue one.
Okay.
Or a green one with the same pattern. Whoops.
Very fun.
And because
yeah.
And I have tons of coconut mugs, but this one seemed very light and whimsical to me too, compared to some of my other ones. I could see a coconut girl holding this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, totally.
Nay goes, "Do you have any mermaid mugs?" I'm like, have you ever met me?
Yeah, I know. It was really funny. Yeah.
So there's a mermaid mug. There's the boy surfer mug. Oops, so many mugs. There's the girl surfer mug.
Oh yeah.
I think one of those mugs was like the only tiki mug I've ever found. Do you remember that, Nay?
I remember when you found it at oh my gosh, in Philly by your house.
Yeah.
And then seahorse mug, and then a mermaid swizzle.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Very cool.
So yeah, all kinds of stuff that would fit the aesthetic.
So what I was thinking is, and I'll show that. Yeah, so I'll show that in a little bit once these load. But Jason, what you do is you kind of stage your mugs so that they're like, like on backgrounds and all. And I was thinking, for some of these items, you could do a whole background and put like a drink in the background with, in one of the mugs. Mm-hmm. But I think some of the plainer mugs fit the aesthetic, like the plain coconut and pastels, mermaids, dolphins, sea life, that all kind of fits it. So I think those mugs would all be applicable.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and those would be fun, especially for.
Am I frozen by any?
You're like glitching a little bit. You like take a second to catch up. Now you're frozen.
And oh so cute too right now.
I'm gonna leave and come back. Something is up.
Okay. Well, I can do my home decor item. Okay. So last week I was in Maine and we were in the middle of nowhere, and the only thing that was like around for miles were a million different little antique stores. So I did a ton of antiquing, and I found this mug that was not this exact mug. It was, so on my birthday episode, I mentioned how I really like the poem about the child, like the days of the week children. And the one that was in the shop was Wednesday's child, but I was born on Thursday. So while I was still in the antique store, I just went on Google and searched for like Thursday's Child, and then I had the bottom of the mug in hand, so I knew what company it was. It is a Royal Worcester bone china made in England, and sure enough, it came up right away, and it was on Poshmark. Someone on Poshmark was selling this mug. And I had a $10 credit from referring someone to Poshmark. So it almost completely covered the cost of my mug. So while I was in the antique store, I bought the one that I really wanted. And by the time I came home from my trip, it was on my doorstep. So
Nice.
Super happy with that. And I felt a little bad not buying it in the antique store, but I bought other stuff. So it all worked out. And whoever on Poshmark sold it to me was really happy with the sale. Like I made a pretty good offer, and they accepted it almost immediately. And I think we were both super happy with it.
Well,
Ryan says you can get the McDonald's lobster roll, but why would you want to? Because there's like a lobster roll shack on every corner. I had 3 lobster rolls while I was in.
Nice. Girl from my own heart. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
what's a lobster roll?
The only thing I didn't get was grilled lobster, but I'll be back.
So what is a lobster roll?
It is lobster meat and like usually a very light amount of mayo, sometimes a little bit of dill. It's like very, very lightly seasoned on a buttered roll. And that's it. That's all you need.
Okay.
So good.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like not my thing.
Well, no, not my thing, but still interesting. Okay. So my home decor is, I have 2 things that I think fit the aesthetic. So this is a Yankee Blue Island sky. And it still has part of the Goodwill sticker on the bottom. So I think I paid a couple dollars at Goodwill. And it was new when I burned it since then. But so this is my personal collection candle. And then
did you check comps when you first found it to see if it was?
No, I didn't. I knew I was looking for a new Yankee candle for summer like a couple years ago. So, and then this is it's actually a Beanie Baby. But as everybody knows, I love crafts. So my friend sent this to me who thrifted it, and it is.
I love that you have a giraffe for every single theme episode.
I kind of do. Yeah. So this would be my coconut girl giraffe. Yes.
I love it.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So that was fun, and then we do have a contender for. Okay, so we do have a contender for our holy poop emoji this sold. And that is, I have to share. I have to go back to the screen. Sorry, I didn't put that back on because had popped out. So let me go back to share my screen.
Brian has a great question.
I had this all loaded up too.
That was me. Oh, well, we had different answers, Jason and I. Brian asked if he should wait till fall to ship his 2 Yankee candles, and Jason said ship them now, and I said it might be smart to wait. So.
Yeah, Yankee Candle doesn't ship their candles to their stores in a refrigerated truck. So,
yeah, I've definitely had a couple instances with sending stuff in the heat where like something would arrive with a stain. Me and I were talking about that recently, where like sometimes stains will come up when something gets really hot. So I'm a little nervous when I ship something in intense heat. It just makes me anxious. So for my own peace of mind, I might wait. But yeah, I think Jason's probably right.
Yeah, I ship candles all year. But okay. So this segment, Jason actually gave me this listing for this. So it is not his listing, but it is something that I'm not sure exactly why it qualifies, but he will be explaining that. So.
Well, this is one of the more modern mugs that struck a fancy with the Tiki crowd, and it's so kind of fun and light. And the starfish, they all came in different colors, so you didn't know what color starfish you're going to get. And I think this was like $100 or $125 when it first came out, and this is what it sells for on the Norm. And it's Tiki Bob was the first iconic Tiki mug, and so this modern maker, Van Tiki, he made it out of a pier post bob, so it's like a post from a pier. So I really thought that would fit the aesthetic, and look what it's selling for, $700. So,
and how much is it new to buy?
So when they first came out, I think they were 100 or 100 and a quarter.
But they're sold out, so people are now buying.
Yeah, limited edition of 200. And I luckily was smart enough to buy 2. So.
Oh, so have you sold one, or are you going to sell one?
I'm going to. Now that it started to crest past 700, I'm like, all right, I think now's a good time to sell one.
Wow.
And we got 2 different colored starfish. I'll ask Stacy what starfish she likes the best, and we'll sell the other one.
What colors do you have?
We have a green starfish and a yellow starfish.
Okay.
I vote keep the green starfish.
I know that's what I would think.
Probably.
Sounds cooler, but very cool. So that's a
great example.
That is crazy. You wouldn't think that would sell for that much. Yes. And okay. And then our housekeeping. So Jason.
This week on your show. Business. Yeah, coming up next Thursday, Dan and Michelle Brooks. They went on a 2-week road trip, and part of it was fun, part of it was sourcing, and their goal was to net 10,000 in sales from the stuff they picked up. And they did not source every single day. I know for sure they spent an entire day at Dollywood with no sourcing at all. So we're going to see how they did and what it's like to take your partner and go on a sourcing trip and then work in vacation too. And how do you split the time between to make sure that we do fun stuff and we do sourcing? So that's what we're going to talk about.
But sourcing is the fun stuff.
Well, true. Well, but also, when you're on a road trip, you want to see the sights and the second largest ball at twine,
that's
stuff like that.
That's one of my dreams, is to do that. So I definitely going to tune in because I'd love to learn how they manage their time. And
they rented a bigger van. They wanted to make sure they had a space to fill behind them, so they didn't take either of their vehicles. So, and I think a lot of us have done it, want to do it. So I think it'd be good to talk about.
For sure. Fun. Great topic.
And bear with me because everything's going to take a second to load on my screen.
Oh, good. That one came up.
I have Jason's. Shoot. Can you pull up your other show, Jason? I'm sorry. I must have closed it by accident.
Yep.
Okay. So this is next week. We're going to be doing a show on Wednesday instead of Friday. And that will be at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. And we'll be talking about 10 trending bolos. And if you can pull it up, I'll pull it up at the end, Jason.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I must have accidentally
quite all right.
It. And we're going to be going into our main topic, which is our Coconut Girl aesthetic. So.
Oh yeah, Nate, you have a little bit of an echo. I think it cleared up, but.
I know, I heard it. I don't know what's going on with it's so crazy because this internet here is usually great. Okay. So I wrote this synopsis. So the Coconut Girl aesthetic trend, it originated on TikTok and it's huge this summer, especially with Gen Z. So it's Hawaiian and surf inspired with a Y2K flair. It encompasses surf and vintage brands like Roxy, OP, Delia's, Claire's, Billabong, Panama Jack, Stussy, and Sunbum. So think pastels like pink, blue, and yellow, and Hawaiian and hibiscus floral and tropical prints, dolphins, mermaids, tropical fruits like mango, pineapple, and coconut, palm trees. And it's also a good post-pandemic. They call it the shot girl summer. That's what the Gen Zers are calling this summer.
Instead of hot girl summer, shot girl summer.
Yeah, because people are vaccinated and starting to return to more normalcy. But because it's so fun and carefree. So it's the perfect post-pandemic style. And then it's also said to have evolved from the surf crush trend of the early 2000s and from the Visco girl style, if you remember that was popular a couple of years ago. And it's synonymous with the Key West kitten aesthetic. That's an interchangeable term, not used as much, but it's another keyword or hashtag that you can use. And it evokes vacation images, tropical beaches, and specific locations of Key West, Florida, Southern California, Caribbean islands, and Hawaii.
Yeah, it makes so much sense, the combination between like everyone feeling like we can get out and go to the beach again, and then also the Y2K trends that we've been seeing for a while, kind of all converging into one trend.
Yeah. So, and then these are some of the items that apply. So wrap skirts, sarongs, mini sundresses and Hawaiian prints, puka shells and shell necklaces in general, pastel and colorful beaded jewelry, beach hair products, tropical bath and beauty products, flower hair accessories like my flower, mini skirts, halter tops, crochet bags and crochet clothing, tiny tank tops, bikinis, board shorts, Polaroid and disposable cameras. Interestingly. Yeah, so they've really, and I'll show some examples. Like that's something that I learned through this, that the sales of those are increasing now because of this. Pastel tinted sunglasses, vintage surf and Hawaiian tees, Y2K surf themed baby doll tees, sparkle and glitter in general, glitter tattoos, shells, surfboards, ice cream. Ice cream is trending more now. Blow up chairs, chunky sandals, surf inspired clothing. Lisa Frank is back in the hot seat now.
I mean, did she ever really go away?
No, it didn't, but it kind of lulled for a while. It's come way back up, and I'll show you some examples, especially with the dolphin and sea life items. Music and movies and TV. Lana Del Rey is huge in the music scene now. Her music has blown up because of this trend. Blue Crush, the OC, Zoe 101, and Aquamarine are some of the movies and TV shows. And Tiki Mugs are like asterisk because more like the plainer ones, the kind that Jason showed. So
sorry, Jason.
I would say if you've never seen the movie Blue Crush, this is exactly what the Coconut Girl aesthetic is. The girls in Blue Crush are that's like the playbook.
Exactly. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah.
Jason talks all about the tiki mugs that are worthless. Sarah smash and run away, right?
Yep.
Is this a good instance where maybe a Sarah mug is actually worth listing, like maybe a small lot on Depop or something?
Yeah. I would say that to put a small lot together of the light colored blue mermaids and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that'd be a real good idea. So instead of smashing, although that's fun too.
So it overlaps tiki because so Hawaiian dresses and basic tiki mugs like we talked about, and maybe some like the dolphins, mermaids, pastel colors, but also Hawaiian inspired clothing, but more so like the sarongs, the wraps, mini skirts, mini dresses, not necessarily like the long maxi dresses and all, but kind of is kind of the cusp a little bit. And then I don't think it's a trend for like hardcore tiki collectors. Like they're not going to look for a severed head. These people are not. But like and it does go on the side of Party City Tiki, what you call Party City Tiki. More, I know, which I know I said that makes you shudder. So, but it definitely overlaps. So, and a lot of things like that just are tropical or Hawaiian are kind of tiki adjacent. So, and then there. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that's a really interesting point though, because when I first read about the Coconut Girl aesthetic, my first thought was like, oh, it's like Jason's life, except for like Gen Z and TikTok. And what it almost seems like though is that because it is a very brief trend, obviously people who are into the Coconut Girl aesthetic know that there's going to be another hot aesthetic coming down the pipeline within a few months when summer's over. So it's not the same audience that's investing in a $700 tiki mug. Correct. But there are items that maybe we would pass over because we know that they're not interesting to dedicated tiki people, dedicated tiki collectors, that would be of interest to a Coconut Girl who is just doing it for the gram, doing it for TikTok, and then knows that like at some point there's going to be another aesthetic to move on to.
So I linked in our description to a few articles. I'm not going to go through all of them because you guys can read them yourselves, but there's also an actual TikTok sequence, like a video with that explains it. And I also found like a YouTube sequence of, just like, it's just flashes of just all kinds of styles. So I put those, I actually already put them in the links to the in our description, so you guys can look at that. And then oh boy, it's gonna okay, so if you go to Pinterest, Everything's going to take a minute to load today. Okay. So this is actually Instagram. So there are 87, 18.7. It was 18.6K yesterday. Today is 18.7 something K posts for Coconut Girl. So it is hot. So Instagram, of course, is the younger audience. So, and you remember you can sell on Instagram too, or market your items on Instagram. So use this hashtag on Instagram, advertise your items or try to sell them, because the younger crowd is there looking for this hashtag. It is trending right now. So definitely, so check that out. Just search the hashtag on Instagram, and then also on Pinterest.
So while Nay's loading the next page, I just wanted to say that for selling on Instagram, you have two options, basically. One is you can maintain your own Instagram account for your store and promo your items and just let people know that if they see it on Instagram first and not, say, on eBay or on Depop, they can message you and you can figure out a deal over, Instagram private message. Or there are also Instagram accounts that share items for sale. That's all they do. They tend to have a bigger audience. It's a lot easier than having to grow your own audience from scratch. And it can also be a way to promote your Instagram account for your store, to do a little bit of both. So you can submit your items to these dedicated Instagram accounts. And then if they accept the item, they'll list it for sale. And when I have done that in the past, as long as you really carefully pick your items and find the right platform or the right accounts to promote them on, I generally get really decent sales fairly quickly. And then again, you do it through direct message, you send your email for PayPal, you do PayPal payment and then ship it either through PayPal or pirate ship. So it's a little riskier because you don't have, say, eBay behind you in case anything goes wrong, but I've never had a problem. People are generally really, really nice and helpful. I don't get as many lowballs. So I actually need to keep upping my Instagram game because it is a nice way to sell stuff.
Yeah. So if you search on, it was up there, now it's not. But on Pinterest, that's another, just do a search for Coconut Girl on Pinterest and you'll see a ton of different looks for that there too. And then on Depop, oh my gosh, okay. So Coconut Girl aesthetic on Depop. Of course, it's really trending on Depop because that's where the younger crowd is. So you can see some of these styles there. You'll see the halter tops, the bikini tops, a lot of hibiscus florals, and swimsuits, and you see the little tank tops, and so you get the idea of what is trending. So yeah. And also if you search for Key West kitten, a lot comes up on that too, and you'll see this is what I'm talking about with the beaded jewelry. There's a lot there for and a lot of crafters are making it too and selling it on Etsy as well. But you get the idea. It's that's the kind of things that are trending on Depop right now. Lots of bikinis, lots of tiny, and like Lola said, a lot of skin showing. So, and then some people are actually putting bundles on Depop. They're making Coconut Girl style bundles and selling. Yeah. So this seller is, so you can get a little adventurous. This seller is selling them for.
Oh, it's a mystery bundle.
Yeah, it's a mystery bundle. She sells for $50. A top or shirt, bottom, could be a skirt, some sunglasses, accessories, necklace or earrings. And she put some pictures of what you might get in there. So yeah, so that's a way to be creative. Yeah. So
and that's sort of what I was thinking about with like the Sarah mugs too, where you might do like a couple mugs and then you might have some like I don't know, fake hibiscus flowers and a necklace and kind of put them all together. But she's actually also bundling clothing. So it could be a whole, you could do a mix of the skirt or the tube top and then the necklace and then the tiki mug and just kind of get creative with what people have on hand in their death piles. Because
you could even you can't do mysteries, but you could do like a Coconut Girl lot on eBay, throw in a mug there and, do some creative photographing, to make it look appealing. So, and then under Poshmark, it's also trending. So if you do a search on Poshmark for Coconut Girl, you'll see a lot of listings come up that use that that keyword as well. So I think it's more so, of course, on Depop because that's the younger crowd. But there's a lot of younger people shopping on Poshmark, and you can use it on any platform. So if you have the applicable items, you can cross-post them, and by all means use those keywords and hashtags. So you get the idea there of what's the kind of things. And it's the same kind of things, you know, like there's a cute shell purse, the jewelry, lots of little bikinis.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So Jason, how much overlap do you think there is here with the tiki aesthetic?
Well, yeah, that's what I've been looking at. I have a closet full of mainly vintage tiki wear and Hawaiian wear that was meant to be used to vend in person, and then of course COVID. And so I had all this good stuff packed away forever, and I finally unpacked it into a closet in this other room here, and I've started to bring a few pieces out here and there and selling it. But I was looking at some of the purses, and I'm like, oh yeah, these purses would definitely fit what we're talking about. Yeah.
Here, let's
So, fairly generic, but that would definitely work in the aesthetic.
For a second while I try to get this loaded. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Even more specific, what does it say? Aloha from Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
And then this is the big pattern that a lot of people love, and it comes in 3 different colors, white, gray, and black. And I've got the comforter on the bed in that room has this in the white. Here's the purse in the black. So this would definitely cross all the lines between hardcore tiki collectors, Jimmy Buffett parrot heads, and the coconut girl aesthetic for sure on these purses.
So if you're listing these and you're trying to make sure you're fitting in keywords for all of those different audiences, what do you think you would do? Would you prioritize just certain keywords from each, or maybe edit the item after a couple of weeks and try a different set? Or
yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by this, that I wasn't planning on working on these purses right now, but talking about this today, I'm kind of intrigued to have my team work on these next week on Depop and use the Coconut Girl hashtags and see what if any of those purses pop off because of that.
Yeah, sure. I think one of the reasons why this whole topic just intrigued me from the beginning was because it seems like a really fun challenge to us to make sure that we're getting these items in front of the right people, and that we need to strategize about, how we use our keywords and how we use a short title that's, attractive to a buyer. So it may make the most sense, I'm thinking now, to just know who our audience is on each platform. And Depop, we use Coconut Girl keywords, and then on eBay maybe use tiki keywords.
Yeah, and I'll send my my teenager over to take pictures of these purses by my pool, so it really gives that background of just setting the scene, take it out of the photo studio, take it over to the pool.
That's something that's be so key on Depop. And then eBay, you probably still want to use the plain white background. So it's also a matter of how you're strategizing the photos and how you're staging the idea. And you're selling on Depop, you're selling a feeling, and then on eBay, you're still kind of selling the item.
Yeah.
Nate, did you?
Yeah. For some reason, nothing will load. So I don't know if I should maybe restart, or I don't know what to do here.
Nothing loaded. Here's
yeah, it's very, very slow. It's
slow.
Yeah, I can't get any. Well, we'll just okay. So I'm wondering,
Jason,
I don't know if I should just pop out and.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Jason, do you have any more in-hand examples to show if Nate's gonna?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to just restart, and maybe that'll reset things, because nothing.
Yeah, that might help.
So. Yeah, so I will be right back. So sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so I'm all by myself for a second.
All right.
Okay, good. Jason's back. Oh, nice. Oh my gosh, those are so pretty.
Yeah, I've always got stuff laying around, so. So this is definitely more vintage, but with the brightness of the blue and the softness of the green, I could definitely see, those Gen Z girls who are like, Yeah, I like this whole coconut girl aesthetic, but I also like the vintage part of it.
And vintage over the past year, I know I saw some data that says that vintage is way more popular than it's ever been before. So I think that is going to be a selling point right now.
And the sleeves are funky because
that is gorgeous.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, I love it. What size is it?
That one, I don't think it has a size on it. Well, it was there, but some jerk at some point cut it off.
No, but it looks like it's on the smaller side.
Yeah, it's kind of straight too. Not so much for any curves.
Yeah, bummer.
Oops, there's nothing on that hanger. So this is just a top, and so this would definitely go. Some cut off.
Jean shorts.
Puka shell necklace.
Amazing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very blousy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also vintage. That's a really early Hilo Hattie.
Oh wow! How do you know it's early based on the tag?
The tags. They're pretty well mapped out on that Fashion Guild where they show the tags. So yeah, this is probably
60s, 50s.
Yeah, late 60s probably on that care tag. I mean on that tag. This one's definitely a muumuu cut, but very light and pastel-y. So definitely would fit the aesthetic.
Yeah. So I hate to say this because I would hate to see that beautiful muumuu cut up, but a big trend right now on TikTok is to take like one long maxi dress and cut it up so it becomes like a crop top and then a skirt or shorts. Like sometimes people will even sew it into shorts, and I could totally see someone doing that with that muumuu and then turning it into like a perfect coconut girl outfit. But it's also so beautiful that like I would be sad,
I think this would fit the aesthetic perfectly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so this is a vintage Miss Elaine. I've sold a few Miss Elaine dresses over the years.
Oh, is that so? That's a Hawaiian brand.
I don't know if it's Hawaiian or Southern California.
Southern California. Oh, maybe.
But yeah, that definitely would make the cut here.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a bummer because there's no tag. I think it's homemade, but it's such a cool print, and with all the little bare feet running through it.
That is very cute. Is that bark cloth?
No, it is not bark cloth, but it's got the cool buttons. So you got there's buttons here, and here.
What does the inside look like? I can tell you. I can try to tell you if it's handmade or not based on the seams. Oh yeah, that looks like it could be.
Such a cool thing, but it's that's where it gets a little tricky to sell it because it's a cool dress, but when you don't have a brand to start off with, you're kind of like,
I've had that exact problem selling some beautiful vintage dresses because I mean back in the 50s and 60s there were people who really, really knew how to sew a garment at home. But the difficulty is also that they're made to fit very well. So often they have non-standard sizes, non-standard parts of the outfit that, it's harder to find the right person who fits that. So,
yeah. Now this one's more, it's also homemade, but boy, they did a nice job, and it's lined.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, they did a real good job of this one.
A lot of attention to detail.
Definitely on the heavier side, so not light and airy. And this one, not so muumuu-y, way more form-fitting, but I can definitely see a tall, skinny surfer girl wearing this because it's a long dress.
Oh, that's so pretty. I mean, you could always hem it if you're shorter, but again, it's one of those things where it's nice to also preserve the vintage dresses the way they are, because.
And then, man, the colors of the vintage ones they pop so well, and this one's just light and flowy, and this one's perfect just to throw on after you got out of surfing.
That looks like the same cut as that beautiful red dress I have, where it has like the pleated kind of panel in the back. Yep. And it adds extra fullness.
All right, so this is like a very short dress. So there's the whole dress.
Oh, wow.
So again, a pair of cut off jean shorts, like the puka shell necklace like you're wearing.
And then,
it's got little the front little pockets.
That's super cute.
Oops. And then this last one is a very early Tori Richards. So that's the front,
Oh, beautiful.
and that's the back.
Wow.
Got the
Oh my gosh.
cutout
So
there.
that if you list that, I would make sure you price it really high.
Yeah, this was $3 at a thrift store in Vegas.
What?
Yeah, I know.
That is so not fair.
Yeah, Sandpiper for Tori Richard.
Oh my God. That is, it looks like it's in amazing condition.
Yeah.
It has the perfect aesthetic that's in right now. The whole cut of it looks so modern with the exposed back. It's like perfect.
Now, and then the bonus thrifting tip is this was on a mannequin hanging on the wall. Well, you know, it's just a thrift store, so everything's for sale.
Right.
So don't ignore the mannequins. You know, they'll happily sell you the stuff off the mannequin. Like when I go to Buffalo Exchange, they always have mannequins in the windows, but all that stuff's for sale. So if you see something that catches your eye, they'll happily go in there and undress the mannequin. And
well, dressing the mannequin has to be like one of the most fun parts of the job. So I'm sure they're happy to sell what's on it, so they get to put together another outfit.
I took that one off the mannequin, and I was walking around the store, and I came back, and the mannequin had a new dress on. I'm like, dang,
Yeah,
they're quick.
Wow. How often do you find Hawaiian dresses in Vegas? Do you think it's a little bit more common because you're on the West Coast, or?
Well, pretty often because of they call Vegas the ninth island because so many Hawaiians have left Hawaii for Vegas, and so stays often.
One of my friends is Hawaiian, and I remember a couple years ago she went to Vegas for Thanksgiving, and I was like, "Why Vegas?" And she was like, "There's a casino that basically completely caters to Hawaiians coming
California."
from the island."
Yep, the California.
Yeah, and so all of her family came from Hawaii, and they all met up in Vegas for Thanksgiving. I thought that was so cool.
When we go to, there's always Hawaiian events, little like fairs and festivals, and we're two of the only white people there. And so when they see us coming, then they see all my tattoos, and they're like, "You belong. Come on in."
That's great. Nay, how are you doing?
Okay. I had to move my whole entire location, and nothing's loading. So I don't know. I don't know if we should just reschedule or what. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think we covered a lot. The only thing that I think is left is because we're already at 46 minutes anyway, and I know I don't want to keep.
Okay. Let me go through. Yeah, let me.
Ryan wants to how often do I undress mannequins? As often as they have good stuff on them.
Well,
Jason and I could pull up our solds on our side.
Let me see. They might pull up now.
Okay.
I had to move my entire location. I don't know what. It's like my parents.
I made the poor girl at Buffalo Exchange undress a mannequin the other day, and then I didn't like the item she pulled off. No. It looked good until I got it in my hands, and I'm like, no. I'm like, sorry. It was right at closing. I felt like a jerk. I'm like, sorry.
I would have probably just bought it anyway. Just like,
okay.
But I can be a pushover sometimes.
Oh, I want that.
So yeah. Cool. So let me pull up some of these solds right now. So this is so I've talked about blow up chairs being hot. So yeah, this one sold for $115.
I'm sure Britney Spears being in the news again too has also boosted Britney items.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You can see the OC that is that whole series now has blown up. I saw some yesterday. I actually went thrifting quickly and I saw some there. They wanted $5 for per DVD at that store. So I wasn't, but these are like the big box sets. So think about find the big box sets. Those are hot right now. And then
is the OC not available to stream? It must be if the prices are so high.
Sure. I've never even seen the OC. I
never saw it either. No.
Well, yeah, I didn't even know that it was a thing until this. So, so these are an example of the Fujifilm cameras or the disposable cameras. These are selling on Depop. Somebody has the lot for $55. These are easy to find at the thrift store. So, and even if they are expired, if expired film is still okay, a lot of times you just have to note that they're expired. So
one trick that I have, if you're talking about instant film, you want to shake the box because if the chemicals have degraded to the point where they've disintegrated completely, you will hear it shaking in the box.
Okay.
And then at that point, don't sell it because you will have a very unhappy customer. Sometimes, though, the batteries alone, like a used cartridge or the film is used, but the battery is still good. Those are used by sellers and also just enthusiasts of Polaroid cameras to test if the Polaroid camera itself is still working. So there may be an opportunity to sell the empty cartridges even if the film is gone.
This is an example. So Blue Crush. So you might want to do a whole surfing DVD lot. That's a thing. Blue Crush itself doesn't necessarily sell for a lot, but that movie is trending. And if you find it brand new, it sells for about $14. So
Blue Crush documentary. What?
I don't know. I guess there's so as far as music goes, Lana Del Rey is trending now because of this.
I can't stand her, and this is one of those ones that I slept on. And I didn't realize it was going to be so hot.
It is. Did you know that she was selling because of this now? I
didn't.
So she's also Lizzie Grant. So she has. Yeah. So there's a lot. These are some. I believe these are vinyls. Yeah, these are vinyl. So vinyls is not the correct term. I know.
No,
but can everybody see this? Because I'm on one screen right now. And I can't see.
You're good.
Yep,
okay, good. So yeah, so you can see that she has really blown up, especially with the vinyl, but CDs as well. Lana Del Rey is the it music for the Coconut Girl aesthetic. So, and then as far as this is another one that I didn't. Do you know about this one, Jason? Cowabunga, the surf box. This has
actually. I think I had it for sale over there.
Really?
I think I have it for sale on Amazon right now.
Okay.
What do you have it listed at?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I think it's the surf box I have.
Well, if you move it and list it as and use the Coconut Girl in the keyword, you might be able to sell it for a lot. So because that's hot right now. And then here's an example of some puka shell necklaces. That's what we're talking about with that. And they're cheap to find, easy to find in like the baggies. So here's this is
lock them up.
Yep. And then a lot of the Bath and Body scents that are retired go for a lot. You find them new. Anything like in coconut or tropical scented, this lot of 3 went for $115. And this is an example of a duffel bag that sold on eBay for it sold for $28, but they used Coconut Girl in the keywords, and I guarantee that's why it sold.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. So, okay, whatever this is, it's not reloading, but let's see. Okay, so this is Jam's World. They use Coconut Girl in there, and that would not be as much of a Coconut Girl dress. It's kind of a little bit of on the border, I would think, but they use it as the keyword, and it sold. So if you add it to your listings, this is one of my listings. This is a Shannon Marie. I need to take better pictures, but this is a mini dress, and I just added Coconut Girl to the keywords, and I'll see what happens if that sells now, because that hibiscus print and that silhouette of a dress, like the tiny dresses. This is Jason's listing. So this is an example of what you do, Jason, as far as a background with the floral lays. And so I'm thinking for the Coconut Girl aesthetic, if you want to show jewelry, even like a bikini or some smaller items, you could put a background like this and really jazz it up a little bit.
Yeah, and of all my tiki mugs, you pick the one that's a fire hydrant.
Well, I just like the background. I like the background that. Yeah. So but I like the way you do the background. So you can do something like that and get creative, especially if you're listing on Depop, Poshmark, or Etsy. Mm-hmm. So, and then this is another thing this is Jason's listing also. So this I would also say would be. Oh, yeah,
absolutely. I got to move that over to the Depop and
you should put Coconut Girl in there. Yeah. And your keywords for that. So.
Hell yeah.
We had a good question from Sue in the chat, and she was asking which platform is the best for these items: Mercari, Depop, eBay, Poshmark. I definitely would cross-list, but if you're trying to prioritize, I would start with Depop, then Poshmark, then eBay and Mercari.
Yeah. So it looks like some of these aren't going to load right now, but that's okay. You get the idea. And so there's so much that's I wanted to show there's I don't think it's going to come up, but did I show the one? They're actually making like little beaded coconut girl, like beaded necklace kind of chains for the disposable cameras.
Oh,
No,
cute.
Yeah, so those are on. I had that pulled up, but of course it's not going to come up now. But they were actually they're also so yeah. If you look that up, like look up the disposable cameras on Depop specifically. And you'll see that they're actually making little beaded chains for the disposable cameras. That's how much they're trending right now, which is crazy. So this is an example of like some sunglasses. I would say like the pastel tinted glasses. Yeah, none of these links are going to load now, so that's okay. But you get the idea. And then I do have a couple in hand examples that I can show. So if you can pull me up on the big screen, Lola.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, I was replying to people in the chat.
No problem. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. So here is an example
Oh,
of,
yeah.
these are shoes. I have to add Coconut Girl to the listing. I have these up right now. They're Woody's shoes, but they still have the $34.99 sticker on the bottom. They were brand new. These are Roxy. So anything like Billabong, Roxy, any of those brands.
Especially the like really chunky platforms that we probably both had in middle school, high school. Yeah.
I think this could cross over. This is a Maui Hard Rock Cafe. It's a vintage. See the vintage tag?
I could see someone also having fun with that, tie-dyeing it, distressing it, something like that.
So I need to get that on Depop. And then I found this yesterday. I stopped at a little thrift store. They had a $7 bag sale. And I got this in the bag. This could definitely be, it's a little tank top, and that definitely fits that kind of. And also this little mini skirt, it's kind of like a beach, it's kind of like swimsuit material, you know? So it's a wrap skirt, little wrap mini skirt.
Do you think it was part of a set at one point? Like you could sell it as a bottom, bikini bottom?
It's not really, it's an actual skirt, but it's
okay.
Material that can get wet. So
yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'll just
just sold a $115 DVD on Amazon.
Nice. What was the DVD? Was it Blue Crush?
Yeah, that would have been epic. I was so hoping it would fit the aesthetic, but no, it was a Disney thing.
Anything with these kind of graphics on it, you know, like any kind of t-shirts, especially if they're smaller. And then this is a wrap skirt that I've had forever. I think I just haven't gotten rid of it because I just want to wear it sometime, and I never have. So,
I like that.
Oh, I love it. It's so pretty.
Yeah. So, so you can definitely think about what you have already. I'm sure you all have Hawaiian or tropical inspired items, and get them listed and rebrand them for this aesthetic. So,
yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So I was showing like the Roxy luggage set. That's not, there's a Peter Frampton bikini that sells. That's Roxy. It's a bolo to look for.
Peter Frampton bikini? What?
Yes. Unfortunately, I can't pull it up because it's not going to load.
I'm not going to go look for this Peter Frampton bikini.
But,
oh yeah.
So a great thing to do if anyone is still trying to get an idea of like what counts as the Coconut Girl aesthetic is just to search for it on Depop and Poshmark, and you will see what comes up will give you a really good idea. Just looking through the listings, looking through both the unsold and the sold to get an idea of what people are looking for. I
like what this person did. They only sold it for $15, but I like they put the crochet bag. That's a perfect example of the whole Coconut Girl thing, you know, with the sunglasses and the bag. And so, yeah, so here these are loading now. So, okay. So that's another example. That's just Massimo. That's like a Target brand. So, but they branded it for Coconut Girl. And, that's why it's sold. So, and then, yeah, same thing here. They put Coconut Girl in the title. That's just Shade and Shore. That's another brand you can get at Target.
And that's just the top.
That's just the top, but they put Coconut Girl in there. So, yeah. So that's why that sold too. I don't think some of these I was trying to get the Peter Frampton to load, but it's not going to load. Okay, well, that's okay. But yeah, there is a Peter Frampton Roxy bikini that sells for quite a bit. So definitely look for that. So we do have some breaking thrifting news. And first of all, I have now the new feature in Poshmark. If you look in on the top right-hand corner there, see that little wrench there? That's how you know if you have the new feature. They are just rolling it out to Posh ambassadors right now, but I have it, and it is a time saver, but there are some quirks with it. And Lola and I are going to be doing a video, a little demo video, a short video sometime this week. So look for that, and I'll talk more about it there. But this is what it looks like. You can share your whole closet now. So there is a little bit of a catch to it, but it is a time saver, and it's a feature that has been a long time coming, and I'm glad that they put that in.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lola, do you want to talk about this? Because you had
so this was just a fun story that that I came across. Apparently, there was a David Bowie painting that someone found at a Goodwill in Canada. And so then it sold at auction. So it was just one of those stories of like, that is the dream that we all, like, every time we walk into the Goodwill, we know we're going to get good stuff, but like, are we going to find a David Bowie painting? Maybe next time we go to the thrift store, because apparently someone else did. It could be you.
That's crazy.
So, just always, I'm just always tickled by these stories. I always like to share them.
Yeah, definitely. And then our market report this week, we have Jason participating in that. So thankfully, these listings are coming up. So here, I love this, Jason, because look what's on there. Oh my goodness. What size was this?
6.
Okay. All right. Too tiny for me.
Giraffes.
It has a giraffe on it. Hello. Look, there's the giraffe. You can see him peeking out there. So cute. Yeah.
Yes,
so
I thought that would definitely work in the aesthetic.
Oh yeah, $54.97. Nice.
Yep. And as you can see, that was sold in AU, which is Australian money. So that was directly sold on eBay Australia, $41 plus shipping, and that's called the Surf Bob.
How much was shipping to Australia?
I think we had it at $24.95.
Oh wow. That's less than I would have expected.
Yeah, using pirate ship, simple export rate. But that is definitely, of all the mugs, this light green fish with the wave, I thought would be perfect.
Oh, this is coming up here. There we go. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I wanted to share this because, of course, come on, Don Ho, Hawaiian 20 favorites. We were sitting at a tiki bar Tuesday night when this sold. So it's just that the whole universe was like, oh, you're going to be on Nay and Lola's show this week, and now you're in a tiki bar and you're selling Hawaiian music all at the same time.
Crazy. So very cool.
That's the universe saying, here you go, Jay.
Good sold.
Yeah. And then I think
that's mine.
I had one more. Here.
Well, you're pulling that up.
I don't know. Jason's other sold his. Okay.
You were giving my mom a run for her money today. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know what is going on with this internet. I've never had problems with the internet here, ever.
So weird. Brian was suggesting that you reset your router, so we might try that once we're done.
Okay. I feel really stupid, but I don't know how to do that. So,
that's a crazy cool book.
Yeah, so this was a book that I found in the bins. It was from the 30s, and it is just like the whole book is just different cocktail recipes. And I originally kept it, but unfortunately it is quite musty, and I am now allergic to it. So I took pictures of some of the pages that I wanted to make sure and have a reference in the future, and listed it. It was not in great condition, so I made sure and took pictures of all the pages that were a little bit damaged so the buyer had an idea. And there were other copies listed on eBay that were in much, much better condition. So I was thinking I would get a lowball offer and kind of take it, but this person paid full price.
Nice.
I was very happy with that. And, especially given the condition and that it was from the bins. And my guess was that a cocktail person might want to have like a collector's copy and then a copy that they actually use and have around drinks that, if it spills, it's no loss. So I'm guessing that's what happened with this one.
Very cool.
Very cool.
I was with you when you found that at the bins too. So
it was ages ago.
Good bin's fine. And then you sold.
Finally just got the funds released. So that was nice. I mentioned this in, I think, our Lots episode, where I pulled some of these bags from the bins also. And then some of them were bags that I personally bought the Ipsy bag. And so I had, just a whole bunch of them. They accumulate so fast. And I listed them. Also got a purchase outright instead of getting an offer. I listed at 30, thinking I would take 24 or 25. She bought it for 30. I unfortunately had forgot to put my closet on sale right before I left for Maine. So I had to message her and say, I'm so sorry. I'm going to ship this out as soon as I get back, but it's going to be a few days. And she was totally fine with it. It wasn't a problem. So it was really lucked out with that. Definitely felt bad, and ended up adding in another Ipsy bag because I had just gotten the June Ipsy bag. So I threw that one in for her, shipped it all in the Ipsy mailer, which made it super easy and also added a little bit extra to the sale. And I didn't get a rating, but I hope she's happy. So
very cool. And okay, that's yours still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I sold this on Depop. Picture will come up in a second. There it goes.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, so I sold this on Depop for 60.
Who's thinking they need a fuzzy hat
in the
right
middle
now?
of the summer?
Jeez,
I
it's
don't
so
know.
hot out.
I know it went to I forget where it went, but it went to a rather warm location. I mean, the whole country is warm right now. So I sold it for $63. Yeah, I was really surprised at that one. Yeah. And
maybe
then
someone going on vacation to Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, or a collector. But,
or collector. Yeah.
And then this I sold for, I took a best offer of 60, and Jason can tell you because I was back and forth. Should I take it? Should I not? And then I declined his one offer, and Jason was like, why did you decline? And I was like, I don't know. Because he had started at 40, then he went to 50, and then he came back and made another offer for 60. And I went to counter, and we had used up the offer. So I was only able to accept or decline. So I accepted the 60.
Nice.
And yeah, but the best part of, I'm glad that I accepted that offer now. It was a really cool, and again, out of totally, it's a Santa shirt. So you can see the Santa and the reindeer
winter items.
Yeah, exactly. Totally Christmas. But the cool thing is I'm glad I accepted it because this is the feedback that I got.
Wow.
So
oh,
I wrote him a little note in it, and I said, it was a little bit lower than I wanted to go, but I was happy to accept your offer because I could tell that you really wanted the shirt. So I really hope you enjoy it. And I wrapped it, in tissue paper with a little eBay sticker, and apparently that did it for him. So he was really happy.
That's lovely.
Yeah. So sometimes when you get a good feedback, it really makes you feel good.
Totally.
I wanted to pull up Jason's, can you pull up his show, Lola?
Oh, yeah, sure. And just before we wrap, I also wanted to respond to a couple comments in the chat. So Charmaine says, can you use Coconut Girl for men's Hawaiian items? I would, because as Nay gave the example at the top of the show, she had the cute men's shirt that was sort of like tied in the front. So, some people might not be men, but would still wear a men's shirt that way. There's also a big DIY culture on TikTok. And so some people are looking for shirts that are bigger than they are, so they can take it in and kind of DIY it and do different things. So I would say, especially a larger men's shirt might appeal to more than just men who are that size. So I would add it. And then Lisa says that she's not an ambassador, but she also has the Poshmark feature. And I had heard someone mention, I saw it on one of the Poshmark Facebook groups that someone wasn't an ambassador and had that feature, but I thought maybe that was a fluke or something. So this seems like evidence. Maybe it is Canada, that Canada is not just for the ambassadors, but who knows?
Because I had heard that it was just rolling out to the ambassadors.
That's what I had heard too, but maybe it really is rolling out to everyone. So if you're on Poshmark, check your account and report back. Comment if you have the feature. Let us know.
Our short video sometime this week. We'll be doing that. So so Jason, this was your other show for Sunday.
This Sunday, 7:00 East Coast, 4:00 on the West Coast. Mom has done a really great job of finding media and flipping media, CDs, records, cassettes, all of it. And she said she got a whole lot of new CDs and cassettes. So what we do when she gets a lot is we roll through them, and I kind of break them down for her, sell these things by themselves, and then sell these things in lots. And so it's good to see how you can break down media into lots and to singular sales. So tune in on my YouTube channel, Jason T. Smith, on Sunday at 7 o'clock East Coast, and we'll be sorting through some CDs and cassettes.
Okay. Chris also says, I have the wrenches and I'm not an ambassador.
Good to know.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Great. So our video will be applicable to even more people then. So that's great.
And I also wanted to add that if you are selling these, especially if you're selling on Depop or if you sell any of these Coconut Girl items, you can get these lovely bags.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got these on eBay. So I had them in blue too at one point, like a light blue, but get some cute bags and, market, that's another way to maybe get some good feedback and,
those are super cute.
Yeah. So, and then we want to know, our question is, what is your favorite trending style to thrift and sell? Let us know in the YouTube comments.
Yeah. And we will see you next week on a slightly different time. Again, we will be doing our show on Wednesday instead of Friday because I will be out of town at the end of the week. So I had to switch it around a little bit, but should be great. We've already started doing some research into what items are selling right now. So we will be doing 10 trending bolos to look out for based on some of the data that different platforms have collected over the past few months. So.
Yeah, and that's Wednesday at 1 p.m. And hopefully I will run through ahead of time to make sure that everything's loaded. It makes me so mad because I have prepared for the show for like a week.
You had done so much work. Got everything there.
And it just didn't load. But you know what? I can put some of the sold listings in the link too, so you can see
when we do our quick Poshmark episode, we can also do a test on your internet and see what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what. It was so weird because I've never had trouble with this internet here ever, but today I did. Okay, so Jason, where can we find you?
Yes, you can find me everywhere. 13 Board on Facebook, and if you want to check out my eBay store and see how I sell my things, you can just go to tikipugmusic.com. It'll take you right to my eBay store, and then Jason T. Smith is my YouTube channel, Thursday nights and Sunday afternoons. And jasonthrifts.com is where you can find all my classes. And soon I'll be getting my in-person classes going again. So stay tuned for that.
Exciting.
Yes.
That's so great.
And you can find us everywhere. Lola is mostly Run Lola Run. I am Thrifty Nay on most platforms except for eBay. We are Colbray Astic Dazzle and Low 2-Fi. And email us if you have an idea for an upcoming video or you want to be a future guest on a show. Let us know.
Yeah, we love having our audience members come on the other side and be on screen. So if that's you, if you haven't been on yet and you have something interesting to talk about, come on.
Yes. Thank you everyone for bearing with us with my stupid internet issues, and Jason for
muddling through with the cold.
I know. So I hope you can go get some rest now.
Yep. I am for the rest of the weekend on the couch.
Awesome. Yeah. Hopefully you'll feel better by Monday. So thank you for everyone. And we'll see you next week. And sometime look for our short video.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.